Welcome back to Trapeze Talk. I'm your host, Paula Blackwelder, here with legendary trapeze artist, Mr. Tony Steele. Tony, you went to Mexico and performed 3 times that I know of for Circo Tide.
Yeah, quite a few times.
And there was a time that you were leaving Mexico, going back to the United States, but apparently your equipment didn't go with you. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
So what happened?
Okay.
How can you perform without a rig?
You can't, but we were with Circo Tide,
Okay.
and our contract was going to end at a certain time, and we were going to go to Berlin, do a TV show.
Okay.
And it was very important for us. It was good pay and whatnot. And then Circo Tide extended their run, which kept us in Mexico longer than we thought. So we got away late.
Okay.
And we knew this was going to happen, so we told the authorities, and they got us what they call, everything has to be legal. We had our transportation trailers there, living quarters, and we didn't have time to drive out of Mexico. We had to fly from Mexico to Berlin, like one day to get there, all that stuff. But we needed our equipment, and we couldn't drive out, and usually the equipment is in the transportation. So what we did was, a lawyer, called himself a lawyer anyway, said that he would arrange to make what they call a partial withdrawal of our equipment. See, couldn't take all the equipment out. We take some of it out with a special this, that, and the other thing. But he charged us way too much, we really, and we could not get out of the contract in Berlin. So, there we are. We flew to Berlin, did the television engagement, and my partner, the catcher, Bill Woods, thought up an idea that I went along with. He said, here's what we're going to do. We got the same transportation as we did going to Berlin, get back, Dallas, Mexico City, New York, Dallas, Mexico City. So he said, when we get to Dallas, we'll get off the plane and stay there and re-enter as tourists. See, otherwise they're waiting for us back there, ready to get that money from us. It's actually highway robbery is what it was. So what we did, in Dallas we got a tourist permit, flew into Mexico from Dallas to Mexico City, and went and got our equipment, truck and trailers,
Oh my God.
and drove to the border. And the only thing we had was the tourist permit.
Okay.
As luck would have it, that day was some kind of a celebration at the border, and there was a lot of confusion, and we came there, and turista, okay, go ahead. So we drove back into the United States as tourists, and that's an amazing story, but it's true. So the people never got to rob us like they wanted to.
Okay.
That's about the whole story right there.
So you left the Tide contract a little too early, but
No.
they actually extended it anyway?
No, we didn't leave. We had to remain, and then because they kept us there longer than we thought, instead of driving back to the States and then shipping our stuff to Berlin, we had to
leave it there and fly.
Yeah, but we couldn't leave our equipment because we needed it to perform.
Uh-huh.
So we had to fly because of the time thing, and this person arranged the papers for us, but he was holding us up at the same time,
Okay.
And that's why we had to fly, because we didn't have the time to drive out. You understand what I mean? We only had a day to get there.
Right.
Because Tide extended their tour.
So they only allowed you to take the equipment you needed to Berlin, and you had to leave the rest there and come back and get it.
Correct. So they had us in a situation where we had to come back to get our
Yes, okay. And they were storing it for you, plus doing whatever legalities
Yeah, right.
with it. and Bill Woods, was it just the two of you, or did
No,
Lily and Betty come?
Betty and Billy, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
And so you went in as tourists and you just went to the Ataides winter quarters? Where was it being stored?
It was being parked at the Tidy's winter quarters, yeah. Calzada de Talpon.
And you just walked on the lot and got in your vehicles and left?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, a Tidy didn't care. The only one that cared was the man who was going to hold us up for all this money to get all of our equipment out of Mexico.
Oh, all right. Because I imagine they had customs back then. What was the year?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the year or close?
Pardon?
The year or close to the year?
Oh.
19.
I don't keep track of that. It must have been 1965, something like that.
So this was after the Army?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had to go through a customs procedure with your equipment?
No, we didn't bring them. We didn't bring our equipment back to Mexico. We brought it as far as Dallas.
Right.
And unloaded it.
Right.
Now our equipment is in the States.
Right.
But our.
But when you flew to Berlin, did you have any problems trying to get this equipment on the plane or out of the country into another country?
No, we have to go through that all the time.
Okay.
We have a thing that we do that works pretty well. We get away with calling it sporting equipment.
Okay.
Like a skier or something like that.
All right.
And of course there's always customs, yeah, we had to go through that. But it wasn't as strict as it is now. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a really neat story.
It sure is, and it was clever, and we were lucky. At the border, they could have stopped us, but
Sure.
because we were there as tourists. And,
Yeah, that was smart thinking. Real quick. Well, tell us what you got there.
This is our book. Paula wrote it, and it's about me, so we call it our book. And it's called, this is the book, and this is the DVD. This has got all flying in the 1950s, etc. And the book is called From Gazuni to Greatness, and it can be gotten at the website fromgazunitogreatness.com. And it's very enjoyable. You gotta have one.
Yeah, and we wrote it in a self-help style where you read a chapter of Tony's life and then it asks you questions about how you would have handled what he just went through and perhaps how you can redo some of the things or undo some of the things that you've done as he has. Very positive book. It's all true, and Tony gets very raw with telling the truth about his life. And at first, he really didn't want the book written about his life, but he said, if it will help somebody, that's why I did it. Tell us about your DVD.
This DVD?
Correct.
This DVD has, part of it is called Steele's World Tour, and it's a movie that I made when I used to have 8mm film. Nobody even knows what it is anymore. And then they went from 8mm film, which everybody had a projector in their home to show it on the screen or the wall, and then they went from that to DVDs. Well, no, first
VHS.
VHS.
Mm-hmm. Which you converted.
So you could have it converted to VHS, and then later we had it converted to DVDs because that was a thing that came along after VHS.
And in the beginning, because these are bonus versions of the original DVD, after Tony experienced his stroke in January of 2015, and followed by open brain surgery, like open heart surgery, and went through a full recovery. He got back on the trapeze, and several news crews came out and did a segment on him. So we've captured
Oh,
those.
yeah, that's on here also, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta see it. It's amazing. And even USA Today and different ones did a story on him. So you'll get to see that in the beginning, and also him flying at the age of 75 up at Gamma Phi Circus at Illinois State University with the college kids, and he threw the biggest tricks. So
That's on here too?
that's on there too.
Oh.
So you won't regret getting a copy for yourself, and if you go to Tony's website, he can autograph those orders and put a special message in just for you. So thanks for watching, and tune back in next time.
Thanks for watching, thank you.